Good morning, students. Today we'll discuss about base. Okay. Now, what is base? Base is a substance which reacts with acid to give only salt and water. Okay. The previous class I've already said that base is one type of metal hydroxide and metal oxide. It is true, but it is not exact true. The exact definition is base is a substance which reacts with acid to give salt and water only. Okay. Now example, when see this is hydrochloric acid, this is the base. Okay, zinc oxide. When zinc oxide reacts with hydrochloric acid, then it produces water and zinc chloride. Zinc chloride is a salt and this is the water. Okay. See, zinc is metal, then zinc oxide is a metal oxide, then we can say this is the base. Okay. Now next reaction is, this is the H2SO4, sulfuric acid. When sulfuric acid reacts with magnesium hydroxide, it produces water and magnesium sulfate. See, this is salt and this is water only. No other product will obtain. That means this is also base. And see, this is the one type of metal hydroxide, because we know this is the magnesium and OH minus means what? Hydroxyl ion. Okay. But always metal hydroxide and metal oxide will not base. Is this clear? Always metal hydroxide and metal oxide will not base. Why? Because see, this is the two type example. See, first of all, when lead dioxide react with acid, that means hydrochloric acid, it produce water, salt of lead, that means lead chloride, okay, and also chlorine gas. But what is the definition of base? What was the definition of base? Base is a substance which react with acid to give salt and water only. No other product will be obtained. Is this clear? But here see, this is a side product will obtain. That means this is a metal oxide. That means lead is a metal, na? This is metal oxide, but we cannot say lead oxide as a base. Okay, so it is not a base, because when it react with acid, it produce water, salt and chlorine gas. Is this clear? The second reaction is, when manganese dioxide is react with hydrochloric acid, then it will produce water, manganese chloride and also chlorine gas. So same like that, it is not a base. Is this clear? So we can say all oxides and hydroxides of metal are not base. Okay, so this is the base. Now see, bases are generally two types. Okay, so first type is according to their solubility in water. So first type is water soluble base and second type is water insoluble base. Okay, now water soluble base means what? The bases are soluble in water. Which bases are soluble in water? That means see, sodium hydroxide, sodium oxide, potassium hydroxide, potassium oxide, and also ammonium hydroxide and calcium hydroxide. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, these 6 bases are soluble in water. Okay, that means see, that means these all are soluble in water, but in case of calcium hydroxide, this is not completely soluble in water. This is partially soluble in water. Okay, so all the water soluble base we called as an alkali. Okay, all the water soluble base we called as an alkali. Is this clear? Okay, see, water soluble base, when base is, see, what will be the definition of water soluble base? So when base is added to water, it gives only OH minus ion. Okay, so these types of bases are called alkali. That means alkali means what? Alkali means all the alkalis will be water soluble bases. Okay, all actually it is not, they are also partially soluble bases are also exist. Is this clear? Okay, so when base is added to water, it gives OH minus ion. Okay, what is the definition of the alkali? So the definition will be, alkali means what? Alkali means when some water is added in this alkali, this alkali gives only OH minus ion. Okay, now see, the next type is water insoluble base. So water insoluble base means what? Water insoluble base means which bases are insoluble in water? That means left the bases. Okay, we have left the bases means what? Zinc oxide, any other kind of oxide, and hydroxide, zinc oxide of metal also, zinc oxide, magnesium hydroxide, okay, MgOH whole 2, ferrous hydroxide, ferric hydroxide, copper hydroxide, copper oxide, okay, all are the insoluble or are the examples of insoluble base. Now see, so from this topic we can say all alkalis are bases, but all bases are not alkalis. Okay, so what will be the answer? All alkalis are bases, this is true, but all bases are not alkalis. Is this correct? Okay, why? Because see, this will be the answer. Is this clear? Now next topic is the other classification of base. According to the strength of bases, it's classified in two types. Okay, so first of all, see, base according to their strength. So first classification is strong base and second is weak base. Okay, strong base. So what will be the example of strong base? Sodium hydroxide and also potassium hydroxide. Okay, and weak base means ammonium hydroxide is weak base, zinc oxide, zinc hydroxide, copper hydroxide, all are weak base. Now the third classification is on the basis of their acidity. On the basis of their acidity, there are three types of bases are exist. Okay, that means monobasic, dibasic and tribasic. So first of all, we will discuss about the acidity of a base. What is the acidity of the base? See, the number of hydroxyl ions or OH minus ions which can be produced per molecule of the base in aqueous solution, okay, is known as acidity of the base. Is this clear? So for example, first of all, we have taken some bases. See, this is the monoacidic, diacidic and triacidic base. See, monoacidic base, first of all, see the example. NaOH when dissociates in its aqueous state or molten state, it gives us one sodium ion and also only one OH minus ion, that means only one hydroxyl ion. Okay, so when it gives only one hydroxyl ion, it can say, we can say this is a monoacidic base. So first one is monoacidic, diacidic and triacidic base. See, monoacidic, what will be the definition of monoacidic base? It is a base that dissociates in molten state or in aqueous solution to produce only one OH minus ion per molecule of that base. Is this clear? Okay, so there are some examples, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide, they all are the examples of monoacidic base. Now second is diacidic base. Okay, diacidic base means what? Diacidic base means it is a base that dissociates in molten or aqueous solution to produce 2 hydroxyl ion per molecule. Is this clear? Of that base. So what will be the example? See, calcium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, copper hydroxide, calcium hydroxide and copper hydroxide. See, when calcium hydroxide is dissociated, it produces calcium ion and 2 moles of hydroxyl ion. Is this clear? Okay, 2 moles of hydroxyl ion. That means it can be said as a diacidic base. Now same as triacidic base, that means it produces 3 hydroxyl ions, okay, in presence of aqueous solution or molten state. That means what will be the example? Aluminum hydroxide and iron hydroxide, that means you can say ferric hydroxide. So see, the dissociation of aluminum hydroxide, when aluminum hydroxide is dissociates, it produces aluminum ion and 3 hydroxyl ions. Okay, is this clear? So these are the classification of the base. Now see, preparation of base. How will you prepare the base? See, first point is from your book, page number 44. Open to page number 44. Okay, see, preparation of bases. The common methods of preparation are from metals. So first preparation method is from metals. Metal when react with oxygen, it gives bases. See, this is the general equation. Metal when react with oxygen, it produce base. See, we have taken sodium metal. Okay, when we pass oxygen gas into this metal, then sodium oxide will be formed. That means this is a base, metallic oxide. This is the base. Now, see, when magnesium is react with oxygen, it produce magnesium oxide as a base. Okay, very easy topics. These all are the preparation of the bases are very easy. See, second one is second preparation method is by the action of water on reactive metals. Reactive metal means this type of metals which are more reactive, like a sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium also. Okay, see, reactive metals like sodium, potassium and calcium. When reactive metals, okay, that means when water is added into this reactive metal, it produce base or alkali and hydrogen gas. Okay, now see, sodium, when sodium react with water, then it produce sodium hydroxide. Okay, this is a metal hydroxide and also hydrogen gas. Same as potassium react with water, then it will produce potassium hydroxide. Okay, and hydrogen gas also. Calcium react with when calcium is react with water, then it will produce calcium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. Okay, all are easy. See, the third preparation method is by the action of water on soluble metallic oxides. Okay, soluble metallic oxide, that means soluble means water soluble. Okay, or by the action of water on soluble metallic oxide, like oxides of sodium, potassium and calcium. We have already discussed, but actually calcium oxide is not calcium oxide, calcium hydroxide is partially soluble. Okay, now see, metal oxide. So first of all, when metal oxide react with water, it produce base or alkali. See, sodium oxide, this is the sodium oxide react with water, it produce sodium hydroxide. Potassium hydroxide, not hydroxide, sorry. So when sodium oxide is react with water, it produce sodium oxide. When potassium oxide react with water, it produce potassium hydroxide, and calcium oxide reacts with water, it produce calcium hydroxide. Okay, these are the three types of reaction. Now see, fourth preparation method is double decomposition method. By double decomposition method, okay, that means bases are prepared by double decomposition method. We all know double decomposition method means what. See, aqueous solution of salt with a base precipitate the respective metallic hydroxide. Okay, precipitate, that means here precipitation will be formed. See, when salt solution react with base or alkali, it produce basic hydroxide. Okay, as well as normal salt. Basic hydroxide means it will produce as a precipitation form. Okay, see, when salt solution, that means ferric chloride, react with sodium hydroxide, it produce ferric hydroxide as a precipitate form. Okay, as a precipitation. That means ferric hydroxide will form as a precipitation. Okay, now sodium chloride, this is a salt. Copper sulfate when react with sodium hydroxide, when copper sulfate react with sodium hydroxide, it produce copper hydroxide. Okay, as a precipitate, and then sodium sulfate. See, the third reaction is when aluminum chloride is react with ammonium hydroxide, it produce aluminum hydroxide. Okay, as a precipitate, and then ammonium chloride produced as a normal salt. Okay, by the double decomposition. See how the double decomposition will occur here. See, first of all, here Fe takes this OH minus ion. Okay, 3 OH minus ion from here, then it produce FeOH whole 3, and then see NaCl, like same. See, copper hydroxide COOH, and here Na2SO4, AlOH whole 3, and ammonium chloride. Okay, very easy. Double decomposition takes place here. Now fifth preparation method is by the action of oxygen on metal sulfide. Okay, on metal sulfide. So first reaction is, see, when metallic sulfide react with oxygen. Okay, when metallic sulfide is react with oxygen in presence of some heat. Okay, that means temperature is needed or heat is needed. Metallic, it produce metallic oxide and sulfur dioxide gas. Is this clear? That means, see, when zinc sulfide react with oxygen, it produce zinc oxide and sulfur dioxide gas. When lead sulfide is also react with oxygen, it produce lead oxide and sulfur dioxide gas. Okay, these are very easy. Now, the sixth method is by decomposition of salt. Decomposition means salts are decomposed. Okay, see how, see, we have taken some metal carbonate like is calcium carbonate and copper carbonate. Okay, copper carbonate and calcium carbonate. See, when metal carbonates are decomposed with some given heat, then what happen? Calcium oxide is also formed and carbon dioxide gas. Like as copper carbonate, it will give some copper oxide, basic oxide and carbon dioxide gas. Okay, but sodium and potassium carbonates do not decompose on heating. Is this clear? Sodium and potassium carbonate, that means Na2CO3 and K2CO3, do not decompose on heating. Okay, now see the next equation. When metal, these are the metal carbonates. Now second type is metal nitrates. Metal nitrates means when the decomposition takes place from that metal nitrate, that means when metal nitrates decompose with heat, then it produces basic oxide, nitrogen dioxide and oxygen gas. Okay, see, this is the reaction. This is the calcium nitrate. Okay, after heating, it gives calcium oxide, nitrogen dioxide gas and also oxygen gas. See, here two types of gases are produced. Is this clear? One is nitrogen dioxide and second is other gas is oxygen. See, same as calcium nitrate. See, this is the zinc nitrate. It gives us, see, that means it produce zinc oxide, nitrogen dioxide and also oxygen. Okay, here also sodium and potassium nitrates do not give metal oxide when decomposed. Is this clear? Now seventh reaction, that means the seventh method of preparation method is, that means this is the only for ammonium hydroxide. Okay, this is a weak base, na, ammonium hydroxide. It can be prepared by simply dissolving ammonia gas in water. Okay, ammonia, because we know ammonia is extremely soluble in water. Okay, ammonia, it is the property of ammonia. Ammonia is extremely soluble in water. When ammonia react with water, it produce a very weak base. Actually, this is a weak alkali. Okay, ammonium hydroxide. These all are the preparation method of bases. Thank you.